And I think one of the reasons I'm standing here instead of other people is that I have deals in Russia.
I thought we could sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak.
To be honest, I inherited a mess. It's a mess.
The third, broadly, line of work is what is deconstruction of the administrative state.
And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this country.
Consistent. If you look at these cabinet appointees, they were selected for a reason. That's all going to be deconstructed.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror.
Number one, I am the least anti-Semitic person that you've ever seen in your entire life. Number two, racism. The least racist person. You know what I'm... look at my African-American over here. Look at him.
I have a great relationship with the blacks. I've always had a great relationship with the blacks.
Who are you?
Bone-crushing juggernaut.
Oh, hey. I think there's supposed to be a song there, but something happened. Hey, everybody. Scott Holden here, and Bone-Crushing Juggernaut. In the hizzy with me today is none other than co-host and son Cameron Holden.
That's me. Hello.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm like pale.
You're rocking. Well, light's blinding you. You're getting a little glare there.
Yeah.
Here's us in the studio. Whoa, 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 whoa. And now, of course, here's our famous two-shot. Now we can really let the show begin. Let's get crazy. So it was Comey versus, Comey the leaker. Comey the leaker versus TrumpTheLiar. Pretty much the battle of the century. Coming.
The trial of the century.
But however, what I found most interesting about the what ultimately ended up being the hearing was a new character that has stumbled into the mix, and that would be Senile Senator McCain. Hello. I'd like to say I'm very happy to be recognized by the distinguished gentleman from France. And I want to ask you about President Comey. Would you tell me, I'm sorry, Cameron, can you tell me why you say this is bone-crushing juggernaut, but however you mistreat that man on Fat Man? What is going on
confused? I'm
here?
not French.
The fishies have no eyes. Why do the fishies have no eyes, sir? President Comey, why do the fishies have no eyes?
He's not here.
I made a boom boom. There you go. A little bit of our new character that will be reoccurring on the show. That's right. That's
a sky high.
Senile Senator McCain. There you go.
I believe I have went boom boom.
I just made a boom boom. Senile. His
McCain diaper.
Senator. Oh, someone needs to change my Depends. I really did feel bad for him, too, because apparently, on top of everything else, he pulled rank somehow.
Did you hear his excuse?
No. Did he make one?
He says he shouldn't have stayed up to watch the Arizona Diamondbacks baseball game.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, he was up too late?
Maybe, but even then, I don't think I would act that.
That seems a little thin.
Yeah, it's like, okay, dude.
Again, I hate to be mean. Seemed like a senior moment.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, it did.
It was like, what is that you're saying? He was befuddled and kind of it was just weird. He was like, how are you conflating these two?
Eisenhower. It's like, what?
It's like, you let Senator Clinton go, and yet you let President Comey go too.
Gorbachev, where is he? And like, what? What's he talking about?
Where's Chuckles, my clown? Where did he go? I love his red nose. He's so wonderful.
Oh,
he
Chuckles the
Oh,
clown.
he makes me laugh.
John McCain and
so.
Chuckles.
Oh, Chuckles, where
McCain
have
and
you been
Chuckles.
all my life? I
Not
love
Chuckles.
you, Chuckles.
He passed away 15 years ago.
Oh no, not Chuckles.
That does sound like a dog he would name.
Now,
his
here's
name.
we can run down the Comey hearing pretty quickly. Comey came out, was really honest,
Yeah, pretty much.
pretty much laid it all out,
He had no reason not to be.
dropped the mic, and that was it for him.
Well, he would have if he could. But
Yeah, and then he was out. And what we learned was that President Trump, in a very like quid pro quo, like harassment, almost like kind of dinner. If
yeah,
it, you know,
felt rapey.
everything was very
Felt
creepy.
very Bill Cosby like.
It was seriously everything out of that. Someday you're going to get older and you're going to maybe get a job with a big company, and maybe a big company will, at some point, someone will be sexually harassed. And when that happens, what they do is they round everyone up, and they have a big sexual harassment education session.
Yeah.
And that's where you
Sound like someone from The Office.
And what you will learn in that thing is that was a textbook, like what they call, what is it, creating a hostile environment, or, you know, like just that was textbook.
That sounds like a theme of an episode of The Office.
Quid pro quo. I mean, it was like,
The
oh,
US
you
version,
want to keep
either
that
one.
job of yours.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I also find interesting is like Trump calling him up, being like, oh, I've been really thinking about this piss video, and I want to tell you about why it's not true.
Oh, the day before the hearing.
Oh, what a joke. What a joke. That is a sign of a guilty conscience.
Yeah.
Like he's going to convince Comey.
That sounds like he's been thinking about that a little bit too much.
It sounds like he's also thinks that Comey believes it.
Yeah.
So he's like,
or that he might have intelligence on it.
yeah. He's a little too worried.
And that might be classified.
Well, it's classified by Russia right now. Because apparently, according to that document, Russians have that.
It could be qualified
is
information that they
blackmail.
have it, that we know that they have it or something.
Well, it was gathered by a reliable MI6 agent.
Yeah.
All of that information. So.
Yeah. I know of this.
And most of it has checked out. That's the thing. The only thing that hasn't is what they call the so-called salacious bits.
Yeah.
Which will probably be Trump's salacious bits. Peeing on other women or something.
That's gross. Do you think if they exist?
I love gold.
Do you think if they exist?
So it only
like,
makes sense.
If he didn't win, like by some weird thing, what would happen to them?
What do you mean?
Like for some strange reason, I don't know. Like the voting didn't, like he didn't get voted in. What would those tapes? What would happen to those tapes?
I don't know.
Do you think it would just be released?
Blackmail leverage.
It's
It's blackmail leverage. That's what
So-
it's for. Once you release it, you've given it away. So you want to hold it on. And it apparently it's working quite well. Because look at him. He's like a fucking dog. If Putin says roll over, the guy rolls over. Roll over and show me your belly. Trump rolls
also
over.
rolls over to Erdogan or the Turkish guy too.
Any fucking dictator. Well, those are all business interests.
Yeah.
Because remember,
Only
he
one
has 2 Trump towers there. Not just 1, but 2.
The only reason why he was like, Taiwan, I'm supporting your independence or whatever, is because he had the steals in Taiwan or whatever was it? Was it like the Chinese, where China was like, no, one China.
And
guy.
again,
dude, one China.
the tweeting is getting this guy fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the tweeting as it related, because when he tweeted out, Comey better wish there's no tapes of our discussions.
Oh, he wishes there.
That's the thing that made.
He literally.
That's the thing that made Comey.
That's what Comey said.
That's why Comey did what he did.
I hope there's tapes.
It's so funny. Had he not tweeted that out, Comey might not have done all this.
Yeah.
He might not have released his
And
notes.
there probably is tapes. I wouldn't be surprised.
And you know what's even more brilliant? Comey got exactly what he wanted. He said, "Oh, I figured I would use that as a way to get grand jury because the guy is claiming there's a tape."
He knows what he's saying. He said, I'll tell you exactly what I said, so you know if I said this on the tapes, all this is true."
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Because he took fucking crazy notes.
So he just took a page out of the
And I
lawyer
love
book
how
there.
people get mad at him for doing that shit. Like, what?
Why?
Why
It
would you
helps
get
the investigation?
No shit. And why didn't you turn him in?
And whether you agree with the
I'm building a case against the guy for
whether you agree with the investigation or not, you want it to be finished, don't you? So the quicker you
I'm building a case against the guy for obstruction of justice.
the quicker you help the
Yeah, so I kind of want to get rid of this dude.
Yeah. Well, as in a testimony, you're supposed to help the investigation as much as possible.
I want to grab him by the pussy.
Yeah.
He's my special squeeze.
Are we gonna talk about the election?
Oh yeah, in England too. A big upset in England.
Well, yeah, it was either way.
Manchester,
no matter how it went,
England.
no matter how it went,
Well, yeah, of course.
the British were gonna lose. It was a British loss.
There
Well,
was
or not British, like a
Brexit loss.
conservative loss.
It's weird because they didn't really lose.
Even
They're
if-
still in charge, but
No,
they're
they're not.
they're
No,
in
they're
like
not.
minority charge.
They're
I thought
they're in minority. They're leading
with like
they have
the
most
North.
votes. They have the most votes, but they don't have enough votes.
With
to-
Northern Ireland.
What do you mean?
Like something about Northern Ireland is supporting her.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Like and Northern
A
Ireland
coalition?
is
Was it a coalition?
yeah, and like apparently the Northern Ireland like they're pro Brexit, but for different reasons or some shit.
Yeah.
It was like a whole big thing.
Yeah.
So.
So they.
Manchester, England,
Oh
England.
wow, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
What?
Apparently, May's not going to resign.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
She's trying to hold on
And,
to
the
power,
conservatives are
man.
gonna be like, dude, you have to leave. You fucked us.
Get out, dumb bitch.
Yeah, because if she stays, it's not even a question. Labour Party's
Such a
gonna win
fuck.
next time.
When did I become a misogynist
she's-
prick?
If she stays and Corbyn stays, Labour Party's gonna beat the shit out of them next election.
Well, apparently the Labour Party gained like 213 seats or some shit,
They gained like,
but just
40 like
not enough
40
to win the majority or
well,
whatever.
that was a long shot. No one, they were. It was a hang. What happened, I guess, was
It's-
everyone was.
It's a
minority.
hung parliament, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a hung parliament,
I
isn't
don't
it?
want to have to explain this again. but
Nobody
this is,
likes
like,
Theresa
annoying.
May.
Yeah.
do they? Sorry,
Except for the people who vote for her.
it's my big obnoxious Tusk
Even the people
English guy.
Even the people who did
The
vote for her
Musk
don't
of
like her.
Tusk, bitches. Didn't they?
Yeah.
So the world is in turmoil. All's going to
There's
hell.
hope in Europe, and
And I have a feeling, I have certain chatter, that Sessions is going to be, some news is going to drop about Sessions today. I have a feeling. Can I make a...
what is it? Tell me now.
I'm not sure, but I have a feeling
Oh
there'll be
yes.
Sessions news today.
Oh yes.
By you know, like it usually drops by Rachel Maddow's show. So by 9 o'clock tonight, we'll be hearing shit about Jeff Sessions that I'm sure will not be comfortable for folks. Particularly Jeff Sessions.
Oh, you mean the guy you said? By the way,
You know,
at the Prime Minister election,
I don't know
thing-
nothing.
I was gonna wait for the podcast to tell you this. The Prime Minister election thing, and I think it was the Conservative Party. There was a guy who ran called Lord Buckethead,
Oh, yeah, I heard.
and he had. Do you want to see a picture of him?
Sure.
He walked around like that.
So he's like a Batman outfit.
In the Labour Party, there's a guy dressed up as Elmo.
You gotta love England.
I know, isn't that amazing? When I saw that, I'm
Well-
like, I want.
Well, you know
their
that
election is
you
so
know
much
Joe
better.
Biafra ran for mayor, right?
Did
Yeah.
That's
Like
funny.
back in not the 60s, sorry. Back in the 80s, and it was like before really DK really broke big. So it kind of helped.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was just like he would do things like go on BART trains and
I love seeing because every year there's like those guys.
what one of his best lines though was he was talking about his campaign was he said he would love to see the campaign signs, you know, as they would do rallies and stuff.
Mhm.
And he says one of his favorite signs was "What if he wins?"
That's what everyone's. Whoever's voting for those guys, that's everything. That's like their only argument. What if he wins?
But he was
Lord
like, I'm not sure,
Buckethead.
but you know, he was in with supporters. That was the funny thing.
Yeah. Lord Buckethead is Prime Minister. Imagine that. Like
And
him coming over and walking to greet Trump or something.
Yeah.
Or like Elmo, a guy in an Elmo suit. Because you know, if you
Elmo.
if you run in an
Elmo
Elmo suit,
for
you have to be
president.
Prime Minister in an Elmo suit, or else what's the point? So.
Grab him by the pussy.
That would be the point, actually.
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, I know one thing. If you're running as Elmo,
She doesn't have the look. She doesn't have the stamina.
true.
I said she doesn't have
She
the
doesn't have the
stamina.
stamina.
And
Elmo does not
I
have
don't
the
believe
stamina.
she does have the
I
stamina.
don't know if she's a
To
she,
be
but
president
think it
of
is.
this country,
No,
you need
no, it's a he.
tremendous
It's a he.
stamina.
But it's
what does he say? You need a cock. If to be the president of the United, you need cock and balls,
have you
and
given-
they have to be bright, shiny white cock and
I don't
balls.
know, man.
I'm Donald Trump, and I
Giving
believe in
birth
this message.
seems to cost a lot of stamina, man. You need to have a lot of stamina to give birth, man.
What was that?
I think it's I would think you need a lot of stamina to give birth because that shit seems
You need
horrible.
tremendous stamina.
I don't know about that. That was the same week she like passed out and stuff. I was like, whatever, who cares?
And you know things aren't going well for this guy either.
My main business is real
Mr.
estate.
Krishna?
I also own a
Yes, he's
newspaper
been
and
laying
some
low
other
of late.
websites and online
He who
media
says nothing?
businesses.
A man who says nothing.
Yes, but all is well with good
When
old.
he does, he sounds like Gilbert Gottfried. What else happened this week?
I don't know, but they say that Steve Bannon is in his glory
Why?
right now.
Why?
Because he feels like he's winning somehow.
How is he winning?
I don't know.
But he's not winning.
Impressive.
That's not impressive.
Most impressive.
Nope.
Don't make me do it.
I'm not gonna make you do it.
Don't make me do it.
Oh yeah, we can talk about the Bill Maher episodes today. Bill Maher's episodes today.
Bill Maher's on today, yes, and he was Al Franken.
Yeah.
Big news, everybody! It's a bombshell.
Oh no.
Oh God, it was so funny.
Oh, he's a politician.
Like 2 days ago, when the Comey memo dropped.
Yeah.
You know, some news reporters are like, "Wow, you know, this is," but there were some that clearly, like, I guess they go right to 11.
Oh yeah.
This bombshell that just dropped. It's
That's
like
a-
we haven't
like
even
kinda
read
like-
it yet. How do
kinda
you
like
even
Keith
know it's a
Olbermann thing,
bombshell
like
yet?
Keith Olbermann kinda thing?
This was a woman,
Okay.
Chris Jensen, actually.
Oh, okay.
She was like really, like queen of the upsell. And when you do that, you know what happens?
It makes you seem
You know what
so
the fuck happens?
sensationalist.
Yeah, because then you're gonna read it and go, "Oh, okay, well."
Oh,
it's
you
not- it's-
hyped it up as much as you
So,
could. and
well, now
it
I'm
was
never gonna trust you again because
Yeah.
everything you say is a lie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all lies. You lie to me, Chris Jensen.
I know.
It's a bombshell. England is reeling.
Yeah. How is it reeling?
Yes, yes. As John Oliver said, that would mean that the whole country could be thrown into turmoil by 3 guys.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, it's getting better because the Labour Party's doing better because they have a dude who's like.
'Cause they have a guy. Yeah, cock and
a
balls.
guy who had to.
Just like we're cock and balls. Bright, shiny white.
Well, he had a guy who ran a campaign of his life just a couple weeks ago. So
I don't like England. They have a fucking Islamist as a mayor. They should be shut down.
no, there's a difference between a normal Muslim and a crazy Muslim.
Yes. What am I?
You're a crazy person.
I am indeed. I'm Donald Trump, and I pay for this message. Speaking of crazy, I want to ask you a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between a... I forgot my thought.
Hey, let me. I have a question for you. I have a question
You,
for you.
yes, President Comey, what would you like me to answer?
Where are you right now?
I made a boom boom.
That's okay. It's not a place.
I am, of course, in Grand Central Station.
No.
Don't
No.
you see the trains?
No.
Look, it's the Hogwarts Express.
How are you still elected as senator?
I just was reelected. I have 6 more years of this shit.
Do you speak in public? Because if you did, you would never win ever again.
Gnome, Gip, Fingal, Fobble, Grobble, Gip.
Sure.
Ishkabibble 1, 2.
You are.
What you really don't know is my actual name is Mr. Mixmixioplex.
Does not make sense.
I am from the 5th dimension.
Okay.
Hello, Superman.
No.
Don't you realize that I'm
Oh my
Mr.
God,
Mixoplex?
he does look like him.
Yes, and Donald Trump is actually Lex Luthor.
That makes no
We've
sense.
descended into Superman galaxy.
Well, no, Trump has hair though.
I like eggs.
Okay, what kind? What kind of eggs?
I like Oreo cookies.
Do you like the
I
cream?
like to separate them
Do you like
and scrape off the cream with my dentures.
This is what would happen if he was being in testimony instead of Comey, like if it was flipped.
I like eggs.
See? Even if I try to crack you out of character, you can't, because it's like manifesting your brain. What's going on?
I wish there was some way to show like the turkey and the straw playing
Yeah.
in my head.
Like we zoom in, we stop the podcast, we zoom into your face, and it's just
Like
like
very much feel like Homer. I like Iron Maiden. I was rocking out. Actually, we did go see Maiden.
Yeah, that's cool.
We went and saw Maiden the other night, folks, and got ripped the fuck off.
It wasn't that bad.
Now, listen, my opinion of Iron Maiden is, yes, I am very impressed. I'm glad that they are still trying to stay
They're
relevant,
good for old
that
guys.
they're writing good albums and all that shit. But if I have to, or if someone has to spend the price of admission that we're paying,
To
I
stand.
really think
No one should be able to. No one should have to stand.
I really think that they need to they need to start thinking a little bit more about their fans and a little less about themselves.
Yeah.
Because
I wouldn't think they would have to worry about themselves at this point.
well, they are. They're
To
playing.
an
We want to
extent.
play our new material because we feel like
Which
oh,
I
that's,
heard isn't horrible.
we don't want to
but
be
it's not
irrelevant.
great. It's not
Yes,
great.
but
It's
here's
not what that
that's
good
not
as the old
bad.
stuff.
Bad or not, good, bad, or
Yeah.
indifferent. Here's the truth: you go to a concert, you don't want to hear a whole bunch of shit you've never heard before.
Yeah.
You want to hear. If I hear 3 songs that are new, that's enough. That's a good amount. You put one towards the beginning, one towards the middle, and one towards the end.
Yeah.
It gives everyone a bathroom break at 3 points during the show. And then you play your fucking hits. You play the songs that people want to play. Play your deep cuts.
You always have at least one trooper in the concert.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, well, they did. They had like
I think that's the thing they always.
they
pick,
had
though.
3. No, they did the formula backwards. They did
Yeah,
like mostly new material and like 4 to 5 old songs. And
Yeah.
that is backwards. It should be the other way around completely. And it shouldn't even be that many new songs. There should be like, let's say, 3 songs from the new album or 3 songs from the last 3 albums. And then everything else, like, classic, like Seventh Son of the Seventh Son and before.
Yeah.
That would be my.
So everything in the 80s.
Yeah, all the 80s shit. That's the shit people want to see.
Yeah.
That's that. I tell you, when we were lucky enough to see that Somewhere Back in Time tour that they did the 666, Flight 666
Yeah, that one.
documentary about.
Yeah.
It was a great. They redid the Live After Death show.
Yeah.
But added more hits.
And we're older.
Yeah, but like it was a recreation of it,
Mm-hmm.
so it was a really, really, really good show. Like you got to see Eddie in different versions too.
And
It was very fun.
Yeah, and I feel like Iron Maiden's like that band. Like if no one knows metal and they're asked, "Yo, what should you recommend?" You're like Iron Maiden. That's a good start. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Iron Maiden.
Like a very good like.
It's
beginner.
weird about Iron Maiden because they're heavy, but they still have that like lead
Pop rocky kind of
the
thing?
opera singer kind of thing going on,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the guy who sings too well.
Mhm.
Although their
I like
original singer was much punkier,
Yeah,
but most people don't
Told
remember
me
him.
about
There's
him.
only 2 albums.
the fat guy,
Well, he's kind of
the chubby man.
fat kind of now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The one you did like an impression of him in the car. I was like, "That's really he went with that. He went with them."
I was just being
I
funny.
was like, "What?
I
He
was
sounds
being
like a country singer."
I was being silly. I was being silly, didn't he?
also
Didn't
California and the Singlepayer too.
he? Yay! Single payer in
Yeah,
California.
of
Another
course,
reason
what
we're
a
going to
surprise.
move there
What
when
other state we would do
Maura
that?
gets out of high school and
Other-
such.
Yeah, what other state would do that first?
I know.
Seriously, like,
So awesome.
and they can actually pay for it because they fund their shit, don't they?
Yeah, they do indeed.
Which means that I guess
Do
like
you think that they will have single payer? Why are they having single payer when many people have to pay? I don't understand this.
single payer makes no
Can
sense.
you explain this to me,
because
President Comey?
More You pay more than
Why
once.
do the fishies have no eyes,
Single
Mr. President
payer
Comey,
makes no sense.
sir?
More than one person pays. It's like,
Why is Hillary Clinton looking like a penis? Did I say that out loud?
why are you gay, mister?
No. But I did make a poop in my diaper.
No.
No.
Was
No.
no. What's that from? That's from Rick and Morty, right?
Yes, I think so. Something like
No.
that. Rick and Morty. Morty. Bleh. I can't do the
That's
burp talk
You,
thing.
you can make that put on that sound on the sound.
Professor Frink?
No, just a burp,
Yeah, I should get a burp.
not that one.
That's planning for failure, Morty. Even dumber than regular planning.
Duh.
Balls. Because if I let you make me nervous, then we can't get swifty.
Stop saying it like it's a thing. You made it up.
Hey, Morty, could you lick my balls?
It never gets old.
It doesn't. Rick and Morty's like the perfect
We were talking to
soundboard
Uncle Steven
generator.
about.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised. It
at
seems
the
like a show
Iron-
for him too.
Iron Maiden.
Seems like his show.
Yeah, but
I
he's a little bit older.
Yeah.
And a little bit more grown up. So it takes him a little while to get to this stuff.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
if
whatever.
he doesn't have hip people around him like us to turn him on and
Show me what you got.
Got him.
So like the way I did that?
Yeah. Oh, we can talk about like Trump and because we haven't even really talked about Comey and Trump about like what they're going like Trump's like excuses and stuff and like not lying and stuff.
Well, I mean, he's just denying essentially like everything. He's like his approach is very simple. Everything that Comey said that may in some way have been advantageous or nice to Trump, he accepts. Everything else is a lie, but particularly the quotes.
It's funny. He denies.
But here's the problem.
He's denying something he's already admitted most of the time.
Yeah, and here's the other problem. Denying something like outside of a courtroom is fine.
Yeah,
You can
once
you
you
can
get
say that
in.
shit all you want.
'Cause-
But what happens when you do that is, oh, so you're saying this isn't true. Oh, well, why don't we investigate? Why don't we talk with you and get your side under oath?
Well, what do you think is going to happen once if they
And
ask
do you
for
think
Trump to testify?
is even possible of not lying?
Like what do you think is going to happen? Like how do you think Trump's going to react once they like ask him to testify or something like that? Or do you think he's going to?
It's a witch hunt.
Do you think,
Oh my God!
No, I mean, like, do you think what kind of ways do you think he's going to try to avoid it?
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
He
do you
will.
think-
He will definitely.
Do you think he'll do the Nixon thing and be like, "I'm president. I'm very busy all the time. I can't do that."
Yeah, that's why Bill Clinton was too busy, and then the
Yeah.
FBI just came over, held him down, and took
Yeah.
his blood.
Yeah.
They didn't hold him down, but
Don't-
they would have if they had to.
Yeah.
Apparently, because they're the
Because
fuck.
he's going to do the same exact thing. He's
Of
gonna
course.
he's going to do that same. Even though he sits down 6 hours a day and watches Fox
Of
News.
course, of course, of course. The guy's a
In his
fucking piece of
underwears.
shit. He's so transparent. That's the thing. It comes down to this: who do you trust?
Yeah.
The guy who was the head of the FBI and was fired by a guy, or the guy who constantly lies.
Yeah.
And he's not only does he lie, but he's the one who made up the name Comey the Leaker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And let's stop using a hashtag, even if you disagree. Like don't use a hashtag that you disagree with. Seriously, you're just
Uh-oh.
fueling the fire.
Too late.
I know, but like you should have like
Really,
Comey
just it's very simple. We have to
Like,
push Trump the
if
liar and
you-
get that trending.
Just call it a whistleblower or something.
Trump the
Trump
liar.
the liar. Yeah, like Comey the whistleblower is better because
Yes.
the whistleblower assumes, oh, he's doing good.
Yes. And you can't leak your own
Yeah, he wrote
memos
himself.
of
He
your
wrote-
own thoughts that are not
It's
classified. There's
personal.
no
It's
classified
it was
information in
personal.
it.
It had nothing to do with FBI.
Exactly.
It was personal.
And it's not like Trump ever said it was.
Yeah, and just because you're in
I'm
the
gonna
FBI,
I'm gonna have an inappropriate meeting
Like-
with you, and I'm gonna classify
like
it.
for example, just because you're in the FBI doesn't mean your house is federal property.
And just because every word Trump, every word he said is not classified.
Yeah. Yeah.
He thinks that everything he says should remain secret because he's a fucking...
Until he releases it himself. Then,
He's a scum.
Yeah.
He's scum. He really is scum.
Like, that's the perfect...
You know what he is? Hey, Trump, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah, that's a perfect, just because you're an FBI and doesn't mean your house is a government building.
Oh,
it's the
I
same
know.
thing. It's the same fucking theory.
It's friendly Jeff Sessions. I just want you to come on down
Seems
and have
like he's a guy from a horror movie.
a mint julep with me. There's nothing wrong.
Seems like a guy from Get Out.
Anyone? It seems very warm in here all of a sudden.
Please get away from me.
What is it? What is this pot of boiling water I'm being submerged into here? Is something going on? I don't know what you're talking about.
You smell like burnt biscuits.
I've never met with no Russians. I just put Russian dressing on my salad. That's all. That's the only Russians I've. Oh wait. Well, except for one, maybe. Oh, all right, maybe two. All right, maybe 3 times. Well, maybe I sat in on a meeting where we seriously considered abducting an American citizen and sending him to Turkey, but I don't know nothing about that now.
That seems kind of sketchy. I wouldn't do anything like that.
But I know this. I know that President Trump is just too dumb to understand such things. He's so new and just so positively stupid.
Like, all the
he
Republicans,
couldn't possibly have done all this in a nefarious sense.
All the other Republicans who had nothing to do with that were like, who didn't have anything to do with like the Turkey thing, who were literally corrupt by Turkey, were like, yeah, Trump, you should do that. And he was like, okay, because it was a good idea anyway, even despite him not knowing what the fuck's going on. So I mean,
scary.
Yeah,
it's end times.
It's one of the few times him accidentally doing something right. So
it's end times.
Yeah.
Yes, end times indeed.
The end times.
Yes.
So, what was I gonna say? Something.
Crashing displayed. With no survivors.
That's what Trump is doing to the nation.
Crashing displayed. With no survivors.
Because he is a Russian fucking agent. And again, more news is coming out about the fucking hacks. And that they really did go after databases and fucking voting rolls and all kinds of shit that previously heretofore. No, not at all.
Yeah.
And also, what did Clapper say? Did you hear what Clapper said?
Oh, the second.
But this is worse than Watergate.
Is this? Oh yeah, the lawyer guy, the lawyer. Yeah. I like what Edward Snowden tweeted. I think he tweeted like, "This isn't a partisan issue, like this whistleblower shit."
I think right now the last guy we need to weigh in on any of this shit is fucking Edward Snowden.
What did he do?
Who knows? He could have fucking been working for the Russians.
How?
He's there now, isn't he?
Yeah, because it was the only place he could go without the Americans getting him.
Sure.
This happened like...
I don't know anything about Snowden. I mean, I don't know anything about him personally. He was a whistleblower, but hey, who knows?
Because he friggin...
Yes, the bulk collection of data.
He whistleblowed the NSA.
Yes, he did.
Who were doing horrible shit. Taking pictures of your dick and stuff.
Bulk data collection. I don't know that they're still not doing that.
Of course they're doing it. They're like the shadow state thing going... They're fucking NSA. Of course they're doing it.
Going right through the tube.
Yeah. They don't have any, like...
The internet is sort of a large tube.
Yeah.
A series of tubes.
Well.
Yes. And they all lead to Trump.
Yeah.
Yay, Trump!
Trump, yay!
Yay!
Is that the Trump supporter right there?
Yes, that is the average Trump. It is so scary that we are being, like, for some reason now, the nation is being held hostage by 30% of the deplorables. The basket of deplorables is holding the rest of us hostage.
I replied to someone on Twitter saying, Trump's an authoritarian. And people who follow authoritarians, they have, like, their brainwash is like a us versus them mentality.
Oh, yeah, they're dumb fucks.
So they
look for the biggest daddy in the room.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest schmuck?
Exactly.
The biggest bully in the room. That's who I like.
And then when he gets fucked.
I'm a sycophant.
They'll follow the next best person.
Yep.
So, like...
And that's why, listen, those 30% don't believe him. They know he lies.
They're brainwashed.
They just don't care.
They feel like if it's
they
not
like,
him, who else?
Yeah, they like the fact that it bothers the other people.
Yeah.
Now,
the
that's fucked up.
Rest of the population.
Because then it has nothing to do with politics anymore.
Yeah, it's just us versus them.
Yes, it's I want to hurt other people.
Yeah.
And who was the
whether
guy?
it hurts me or not.
Who was the conservative douchebag who came out and started calling, now the Democrats are enemies. They're not opponents.
I don't remember. Was it, how long ago was this?
Very recently.
Like during after the testimony?
Like around in this week. During the week.
Was it a senator or?
It might have been O'Reilly or something.
They wouldn't be.
We had to do the show earlier, so
he's
I'm more
gone.
on the game.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a show.
See, I'm a lot more awake during than laters.
Not me. The closer we get to the afternoon, the more. 4 o'clock. Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
4
surprised
o'clock.
I'm even awake. This is where I get my coffee malaise. I need tons of coffee this time.
This is like
It's my pick me up.
Do you have like half the fuel of other people like?
Yes.
So you just use coffee to
Yes.
replace it?
Sometimes I'll get a burst of energy again at 7,
Yeah.
and then I'll be up for a while. But like there's that and it's weird because it's not like the sun goes down now, but
Yeah. Usually
it's just that 4 o'clock malaise, like that.
that feeling. Usually I get like.
You need to have
if
some
I'm
dinner. You need to have a shit.
I don't know if this is like a genetic or like a human thing, but I feel like if I stay up long enough and I see like the sun go down, you get more tired just because of just a I don't know if it's like a correlation. Is that like I wonder if it's a genetical thing.
Genetical?
Not
Is that genetical?
Like a
is that a word?
Genetical.
Genetical. I think that's
like
Are you Trump?
No, sorry.
This is a genetical thing.
Like a built-in thing. Like people get more tired when when the sun goes down or something.
Oh yeah, well there's actually all kinds of weird disorders based on the sun and melatonin.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, another thing I want to add about the UK election. Watching Corbyn speak and watching May speak are like the polar opposite ends.
Watching who?
May and Corbyn speak. Like Corbyn is such a better speaker. May can. There's a reason why she didn't go to any of the debates. That's all I'm gonna say.
She doesn't have them.
She can't. Yeah. Well, there's some women who have balls and she does not have them.
Really? So
it's not.
So you say?
She can't talk. Jeremy Corbyn feels like he's motivational. He knows what to say at the right times. May can't say anything for shit.
She can't say nothing?
She can't say nothing.
I can't say nothing.
Oh, and Ice Cube and Bill Maher, by the way.
Yes.
He's going to talk about, I think he said, you have to learn how to shut your mouth or something.
What?
Ice Cube said about Bill Maher saying the N-word. You have to learn how to shut your mouth.
Oh, is that what's going to happen tonight?
Yeah, I think that's why Ice
He
Cube
said house nigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and everybody fucking lost their mind.
And most of those people who lost their mind probably didn't know the context of it.
Yeah, and most of I don't get it. I understand
the history of the word.
The history of the word. I understand why it's not to how you shouldn't use it.
Yeah, yeah.
But the idea of not being able to use it at all, like white people not being able to say it, is ridiculous to me. Because first of all, there's this thing called song lyrics.
Yeah.
If you're gonna write it as your fucking song lyrics, I'm sorry, people are gonna sing it.
Yeah.
You can't even help it.
I feel like.
So you can't do that. You can't be like, oh, you only odd people. And
And you can use the N-word without all that history being seen in a.
And I don't particularly want to use the word.
Exactly.
You know how that there's that argument. I've often said, well, do you really want to use it?
Exactly.
No.
You can say that word without all
but
that
there is
history.
a way to use it contextually,
Yeah,
and there's a way to use it so that you can make points.
Yeah. You can.
So I mean, it's not a completely.
There's a way to use the word without having that history behind the word actually be relevant to what you're saying.
But the truth of the matter is, if you're thinking about it that much, pro or con,
yeah.
Come on,
chill.
You gotta let something go here. So yeah,
I
there's
just
nothing. There's nothing scarier than the white guy running around. Why can't I use that word?
Yeah,
I
chill,
get it.
Dude. You can use it, but
you can, but just be careful.
We can't legalize
Don't be
the
stupid.
word. But
don't be stupid.
Yeah, just
learn how to use something with context.
Use it. Just watch
and if you don't know how to use a loaded word like that, then you shouldn't use it.
Yeah, just watch the George Carlin thing.
Yes,
that's all you have to watch.
Classic comedies. Yeah. Comedians who know how to use words well, wisely, and for humor.
And that's another
which
thing.
is something we've not had any bit of in the last 10 minutes, so we should get off this subject.
Yeah, that's another thing that Bill Maher, I don't understand about the Bill Maher thing. He's a comedian, so I mean.
Bill Maher is very.
I think it's the way he talks, sort of.
Yeah, he likes to do this. He likes to
pushes
get
buttons.
Yeah, he likes to push buttons. I don't even
And
understand why.
most comedians do push buttons, though.
I mean, I guess so he could.
I think it's just the way he talks makes him sound very.
It was such a low rent joke.
Yeah.
And it was forgotten like 5 minutes later
But
by everyone in that audience or anyone watching it.
What he was really doing is making fun of the other guy.
Ah,
That's what he was.
that guy was a shitbag. If ever
he was just
I'm
saying.
just talking in adult terms. Look at me. I'm a
was making-
grown up. I'm using big. Well, when we do the value analysis of the Kendall Bibida, it's what an act. So many Republicans do that.
Mhm.
Actually, here's another thing. Like recently, someone did this to me. Like someone who's not really on speaking terms. Now, I hate this shit because usually when you're not on speaking terms with somebody, there's a reason.
Mhm.
But they, to show that they're the better person, come up and say hi to you. But that's like all they say, and it's so fucking disingenuous. And then
oh, you care.
the only reason the only reason this person has done it is so that they can now go and tell everybody how much better they are.
I said hi.
Oh yeah, I said hi to him.
I say hi to
He
everyone I
didn't
know.
even say a thing to me. No shit. I don't like you. I'm not going to pretend. Why are we going to we're going to pretend here?
And or I don't know you.
Yeah. Yes. Get the fuck away from me.
Maybe I would like you if I knew you, but I don't know you. So
Either case, the case is go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So whatever. I mean, it's not showing anybody you're better than me. It's showing most folks you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Because
Don't be
you're
fake.
trying to look better than, oh, look at me, I'm better than this
Don't be
person.
fake.
Look at me, I'm
Don't
saying
be
hi.
fake.
Go fuck
Don't
yourself,
be
you
fake.
cunt. All right.
Hashtag don't be fake.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Yeah.
There you go.
Amen to thee. Good to have a show to get this off my chest and out into the universe.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
There's even a chance that the person might see
We
it.
should do a show about that.
Hey, yeah, terrific. All right, I want to wrap this up because I'm starving.
Okay.
I'm
Go eat your eats.
Starving.
Go eat your
I don't want to eat all Mikey.
bananas.
Oh. Apparently, we don't have music or something was going on
That's
before.
weird.
I'm not sure what was going on or what was happening, but I can certainly do one of these to end our show today.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be a...
Crushing juggernaut.
And we'll catch you next time, folks. Laters, and I'll throw in some applauses.